Dun, 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 dun. It's showtime. Welcome. Welcome to the morning show with the Silverhairstacker. And that's it. So far. How's everybody doing? Swamp's gonna catch us at work. Bum Crack is here. How you doing, Bum Crack? Hope you're doing good. Anissa. Cindy. How you doing? Welcome to another episode from the Bat Cave. Yeah. What's going on in everybody's worlds? Let's see. Everybody's got a world that they're in. It's kind of amazing the different worlds we all come from. We all live on planet Earth, but yeah. Uh-oh, here comes trouble. Trouble. Tom's here to be a little flea. It's 34 degrees. It's
You've been
chilly.
drinking this morning, son?
Coffee. As Carol would say, coffee.
I have a question. Do I look amazing? Because it said the tip for when I logged in was plenty of light helps you look amazing. So do I look amazing this morning?
Yeah. Sure. How do I look?
Well, your fingernails are clean.
Are they? Yeah. So, hi Deb.
Hi Deb. Cindy. Anissa. Bum Crack.
Is everybody chilly this morning? It's supposed to be chilly. It's January 27th.
Huh?
It's supposed to be chilly. It's January 27.
Dang, it's 31 here.
31. Wow, you're chillier than we are. You're below freezing.
Yeah. Yeah, and then this morning I was running kind of behind schedule to get to my PT, so I just ran out and jumped in the car. I didn't have my coat on. The truck didn't get warm till I got to the hospital, because it's only about at 6:20 in the morning. It's only about 8 minutes away because there's no traffic. But
PT, does that mean personal trainer?
Physical therapy. Actually, it's cardiac therapy. But
I thought you were looking a little more buff today.
So I just have not been able to get warm.
Looks like a beach towel. It's not a very big blankie.
It's just a light throw. I got them. The Walmarts. Walmart had I'm freezing, baby. I'm freezing, Anissa. They had these things for like 25 cents on clearance. And so I bought a bunch of them, and we've given them to parents. And Roberta's got one in the back of her car, and she's got one at work. Yeah, I'm feeling old today.
Mm.
Good morning, Beth. You on your way to work? Deb, it's 33 there. It's colder here than it is in Long Island. Anyhow, Yesterday, Roberta mentioned something to me that she was reading on the internet. I don't know whether y'all heard about it or not, but Tennessee has this thing now that if you people that's DUI that is in a car accident and someone is killed, if they have children, if they have dependents, then they have to pay child support
For 18
until yeah
until they're
until they turn 18, and I think that's a good thing.
Dang, Deb.
Sorry to
In the
hear that,
hospital
Deb.
for respiratory infection. Now you have to deal with type 2 diabetes. Ugh.
I
What,
hate that.
you went in to get a respiratory infection checked out and they diagnosed you with diabetes? Ugh.
Yeah.
I'll be praying for you. Shoot, that's not good. At least you feel good enough to get on the computer this morning and do some chatting.
Yeah. I hope you
Thanks, Brenda. I just made the worst video I've ever made and put it on YouTube, Tom.
do what?
I just made the worst. You're not hearing very good this
I'm not
morning.
hearing. I'm sorry. I am off this morning.
Turn
Really
your
bad.
volume up.
I
Yeah, Brenda came on and said, I like the video, even all the starts. Well, what happened was, I got a prompt to upgrade the computer to Windows 11. So I thought, okay, I'll do it. I don't know why, but I did it. And I had been using the video editor that was on, it just came with Windows 10.
right.
And I was used to it. I probably made 30, 40, 50 videos with the Windows 10 video editor. Well, I got the Windows 11 downloaded about a couple of weeks ago, and so yesterday I put some clips together of our January vacation to Port Aransas, Texas, and made a video and put it on YouTube. And man, I got clips flying everywhere. I had to download a different video editor, and I just wasn't used to it. So I got clips going every which way on that thing, out of order, and I got the ending video. I always do a beginning and ending video. I got the ending video at the beginning and middle, and I think I put the ending video on about 4 times and the beginning video on about 3 times. Just randomly during the video. Hey, Carol. How you doing?
I guess they like you better than me. I've still not got an alert to go up to 11. I'm still at 10. I'll go look at your video after we get done here.
Be prepared. It skips around like a motor, like a motorboat, like a motorboat going up a fast raging river in a wind tunnel. You felt thanked and appreciated. About what? Swag likes motorboats. Isn't a motorboat where you put your lips between a nice pair of breastises and do the brrr?
Oh
Isn't
Lord.
that motorboating? That's what I
Yeah.
always heard.
I was just gonna go ship my packages and mind my business, and I just, why out of curiosity, I turned this chat on to see Tom wrapped up in some fucking blanket like this.
I'm cold.
I
It's
could-
31 degrees here. I'm old.
I could not pass the opportunity to just give you hell this morning. The temptation was so great that I had to turn it on.
My dolphin blanket, I don't know where my dolphin blanket's at, so I had to grab whatever I could find.
You realize when it's cold, you just get one of those and it heats the entire everywhere.
What is that?
A heat dish. See it right there?
Okay. Well, we might need to look at getting one then.
Oh, you won't regret it. I've got 2 or 3. I've got one out in the building. Damn camera, come on. And one in here. I swear by them.
We're in the sunroom, and there's glass behind the boxes, and there's glass over here, and the full glass over here. And so this room never stays warm, and it never stays cool during the summer. So we might have to look at one of those because Roberta's got.
Wait a minute. Who is that? It sounds like Tom, but I thought it was an old babushka that was sitting with us.
Oh God, Tara.
Yeah, it does look like somebody's babishka.
Yeah. I feel like you should be walking around Eastern Europe somewhere,
I know.
That's
in your basket selling
He looks
apples.
like a Russian nesting doll.
Yeah.
Pull him in half, and out comes another Tom.
Poor Tom. I don't even know why he has heart problems.
Let me tell you what. You don't mess with those little Russian babushkas because they will. We were there and saw Sergey. It was hot as a bitch, and Sergey didn't have any socks on. We were holding him. He was 10 months old, and this little old lady told us that we need to get some clothes on him. But like I said, it was so hot. We were sweating, and he was sweating, and our facilitator that was with us, and she was like, "They'll do that." She said, "Those old ladies will don't care who you are. They will tell you need to put some clothes on that child, or you need to wrap them up."
That's how my grandma was.
They are.
Yeah, shouldn't you be at a train station in Europe making sandwiches or something? I watch a YouTuber named.
Yeah, we there was a lot of people selling matchbooks and sunflower seeds. When we were in Ukraine, sunflower sales was everywhere.
Yeah, I watch a YouTuber named Bald Bankrupt, and he goes all over the Soviet bloc, and he goes out of his way to talk to the babishkas.
Yeah, I can see Tom like making those straw dolls, that they make out of corn stalks.
What is this? Get on Tom's ass morning? I'm already having a bad day.
I can't help it.
I bet.
Scott beat me to it because I put the channel on. I'm like, who is this person with this shawl around their shoulders?
Well, on Tuesday when I do my show, I'm going to have my damn blanket and see if I can get some people to join the show.
It wasn't me, Tom, just me. I'm telling you, I clicked on this channel. I was about to watch a video on how to make a logo, and I looked at it and went, fuck. I got to come on now.
Y'all are harsh. I've been having a bad morning.
Oh, boy.
I think at least half of the estate sales I go to have some of those nesting dolls. You pull them apart.
I got a whole bunch of them in my living room.
Well, the ones we have are real.
I do. My grandma liked them, and it reminds me a little bit of my grandmother was Polish, and it reminds me a little bit of her.
We've got some that came from Ukraine, and we have some that came from Russia. I like your picture, Tara.
Thank you. That's an old babushka riding her horse to town.
Yeah.
Here you go, Tom. Get yourself a hoodie onesie.
I just, like I said earlier, I just was in a hurry this morning. I had to be at therapy early. I jumped in the car. It was cold. I just haven't ever been able to get out warmed up since then.
Oh, I
Life.
thought you were going to tell me you wore the blanket to therapy.
No,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm in a hurry. I don't have time to get dressed. I'll just wear this blanket.
and I drive up, and the people from Prime is here delivering my our treadmill, so I had to deal
no,
with
not
that.
the treadmill.
Yeah, I don't have any wood to chop, and you know.
But be careful with that treadmill because Jim's dad tried that and he got thrown off the treadmill and like fractured his ankle.
Well, what are you doing, Cole?
I got at the
I've
end of
been
my
doing-
treadmill one time where the belt wraps around the end. I touched my ankle onto that rotating part, and man, it gave me a road rash burn like you couldn't believe.
They ended up like put pins in Jim's dad's ankle, I think. I mean, his was
Wow.
really messed up.
Let me tell you, Cyber. Those gals, those nurses at the cardiac therapy, man, they'll reach over and hit that button and turn it up a notch.
Oh boy, we'll have you running before you know it.
No, not until I get down. Not until I lose about 10 stone.
Come up here for a month. I'll help you lose that weight.
No, you'll kill me.
No, I wouldn't. I'd give you water.
You give me water,
But no bread.
but no
Chicken
bread.
carbs.
Roberta says no bread, no carbs.
I'll keep you hydrated.
Shoot, I did 3 miles on the old treadmill yesterday.
Well, that's
Ooh.
good. Let's see, what am I?
It's just sad. I get on the treadmill and I do pretty steady, and I don't, I weigh the same amount. I guess I just eat more to make up for it. I don't know what I'm doing.
I think it's old age. I think it's
Yeah,
harder
well,
to. I think because you're in the last half of your life, it's like, well, why do I have to be fit? You're gonna die anyway.
Damn, Todd.
the last half.
Where the hell is Jim at? He needs to get his wife under control.
He's sitting over there. He's not shredded either.
Oh,
You know, there's a point when you're in your 20s and 30s, you're like a young buck. You gotta, entice all the young does to come mingle with you. But when you get over like 60, you're on the way out. So
Shoot.
Roberta's sitting over here just cackling at you,
I
Todd.
wish I was on the second half. Man, I'm on the downhill slide.
well, I was being nice.
No, Todd, we're going to live to be 120. Don't you know that? We're
last year
only
at
midlife.
my yearly physical, the doc said, "Todd, you could live another 30 years." And then Gwen said, "Well, crap."
No, because I look at 30 years like, oh, the last 30 years flew by pretty fast, so it doesn't sound so
know.
good.
30 years, I'll be 96. Yay. No, 106. No,
My
how old
dad
will
was
I be?
83 when he died, and
I don't even know how old I am.
it just seems like people were living so much longer.
So what
Down
you're
on
saying is
30
you've only
years,
got a
I'll
couple
be
years
80.
left there, Tom.
Do what?
You're saying you've only got a couple years left according to your dad.
Shut. Okay, I'm going to go get some coffee. Y'all just talk amongst yourself. Here's a topic. Get off of Tom's ass.
Now, be careful with that caffeine.
I'll be right back.
Oh my God, I got it.
We stay on Tom because he's just so fun to stay on.
It's because we love him so much. We pick on him extra.
Dang, day before yesterday, I sold like 12 things, and yesterday I didn't sell anything. I blanked. I had a 0 day yesterday on
Oh,
Sunday.
I went to Indianapolis yesterday, but I think it was a little slower yesterday for me too.
It was weird. I've been bouncing around like a pinball machine. Oh no, I did sell one thing yesterday, but it came in so early that
You're not gonna count it.
it came in so early I already shipped it. So I only look at things I
Yes.
just shipped.
Cyber says coffee. He's really going to wrap that blanket around himself off camera.
Probably.
Something else, yeah. I could just be standing on it or looking at it while it travels 3
I thought
miles.
some of you hang all your clothes on it, like.
Oh,
Is that
it's
what a
had
treadmill's for?
it's had bunches of death pile stuff on it from time to time.
Hey, Todd, share this. Can you see that picture right now?
Yeah.
I told the AI to make a Russian babiska wrapped in a blanket. There's Tom right there.
Oh my god.
That's
That's
what
Tom.
that's gonna be Tom there, yeah.
There you go.
Why
Why did it go to a male figure? Because I thought a babushka was always a grandma figure.
It is a grandma, but I told her to make it a male Russian babiska.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. You asked for it.
So we started last night after the show. We started playing with a site called Blue Willow, and it's an you tell it down to the detail what you want, and it generates a picture, and then when it picks those out, you can tell it this. You can save that one, or you can tell it make a variation off of that one. Yeah, it's. I mean, you could tell it no beard, bushier eyebrows. You could we could really hone this in to Tom the Babishka for sure.
Look at Felix already stir.
I
He's already
see.
stirring the shit pile.
Well, I know the guy messed up, but I mean, I don't even think about him, honestly.
Yeah,
He's a politician. They're all liars in a way.
yeah, they are.
Yeah, Felix comes on here thinking that's going to trigger any of us. Whenever you've got Adam Schiff, these professional liars on the other side,
He's from no offense. The Santos guy's from New York. I don't trust anybody from New York.
Amen.
Except Deb. Deb's okay.
Who's Deb?
Okay, I'm sorry, Deb. There's a few people
Deb's
up there.
on Long Island, I think, or
Yeah.
somewhere. Deb, our Deb in the side chat. Bye, Cyber.
Are you criticizing politicians for lying?
That's it. No, Felix comes in here. He always brings up that George Santos guy from New York, who I don't even think about. But we could have a whole debate like on Swalwell, banging a Chinese spy.
But it's like doctors. Doctors have to lie to people
There you
to
go.
make them feel better.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they can't tell because people can't.
Brenda.
Unfortunately,
you
if you're
live
going to
in
lead people, once in a while you have to lie to them because they're too stupid to handle the
Oh
truth.
boy.
To be honest, it's not the leaders. It's the people
Harry.
who put the leaders where they're at.
All right.
Oh yeah, we don't forget Bridget too. Isn't Bridget in New York?
Oh yeah, but she's way upstate. That doesn't even count as New York.
That's not. Is that really New York? Upstate? Is that?
Yeah, and she's like way up by like Buffalo and stuff. So
Ouch.
does that even count as New York?
We'll call that Lower Canada.
Lower Canada.
We got. Dang, Ron. Shoot. You had ice down there?
Oh, was he in Texas?
Yeah, he's in Texas.
Yeah.
Well, didn't they have like really bad tornadoes like by Houston like a couple days ago?
Yeah.
So Ron, with your profits from the next couple of months, I suggest you buy yourself a Jazzy scooter.
Poor old Dusty when he slipped down taking the trash. You know, I know he's past time and shouldn't be laughing, but when he slipped down that driveway taking his trash can out because it was icy.
And people only saw the hell we gave him on camera. Oh my! I mean, it was 6 months of nonstop just jokes about. I mean, it was a year later. We're still making jokes about taking out the trash.
Heavy
Yeah.
cost.
And God forbid when he posted a couple of videos with the where he was on that, I don't know what you call it, the scooter looking thing that he was, you know, kneeling
Oh
on.
yeah, the
The
thing
knee,
where you're
knee scooter.
when you hurt your
Yeah.
knee. Yeah.
Those damn things will kill you. I almost broke my neck on one running around the house with it.
Meds are taken, honey.
I think I'll start a club called Eagles Haters.
They were talking about football this morning while the guys that was in there, and I'm like, you guys.
I'm only watching it. I'm only watching it because the Eagles. I want to see Jalen Hurts win. Because I love it. He's he's one of my favorite Bama players. You know, even though he did a year at Oklahoma because Tua beat him out that last year. One of the nicest, most genuine people, and just works hard at it. And you know, they told him over and over, "You'll never be an NFL quarterback. You'll never be an NFL quarterback." He's one win away from the Super Bowl. He's probably going to be the MVP of the league, or should be. At least their side.
Yeah, that damn that barber chair. The only time he was on my show, I said, Dusty, did you ever get rid of that barber chair? And he's like, of all the things you had to say was that barber chair.
It was a dentist chair.
Was it dentist chair?
Yeah, because it was in two pieces. The chair was in one piece, and the big contraption that stuck to it was in another piece.
Yeah. This poor kid probably had to deal with that when they were cleaning out that little warehouse he had.
Ron, I hope you're right. Eagles, Bengals will be good for me.
Tell you what, if it wasn't for Philadelphia Eagles and the 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys would have like 6 more Super Bowls. Down through the years. All those years with Joe Monkey Tana and oh gosh.
If the whole league would have just laid down, Dallas would have had some more Super Bowls.
Well, there you go.
If we put up, you know, if do the Texas thing and let them play the same teams that TCU plays, you're guaranteed to be in a championship game.
There you go.
They
TCU cheaters.
I'm afraid though, if y'all played your backup quarterback last weekend, y'all would have won. Dak lost that game. He played awful.
Oh no.
Did y'all see the meme on Facebook? It was it looked like a Walmart clearance end cap, and it had all this Dallas paraphernalia on it. And instead of having a price, it had free. Just take it.
Yeah, Sadie's granddaughter had a basketball season. They won every game.
Yeah, he sent me a picture, a team picture. They're a junior high team, state champions.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Donovan McNabb, yeah.
Yeah, here they're just some guys. I mean, there are a lot of people with a lot less talent. I mean, for God's sake, look at Georgia. They're back-to-back national champions with Stetson Bennett. He's like 40 now. He's not an all-world quarterback, but he's the quarterback that team needs. You know, sometimes it's just look at all the quarterbacks Alabama's won with on ESPN. That's where they go. They don't go to the pros. You got Greg McElroy. He lasted as a backup for AJ McCarron won 2 with Alabama, and he's in that new league that started up again. He's a quarterback in that new league.
Got the big one. Sorry, I had a thing pop up and it just, squirrel. It was about George Santos.
Oh boy, you're getting sucked in.
I don't know how people with so many questions about them, how they can make it so far in politics. It's not like he's rich because he doesn't really have any money.
He lies.
Yeah, just about everything that he has said
He's a rhino. He's a Democrat that just ran as a Republican.
Well, he needs to be sacked.
He's duly elected. He won't be sacked for.
I mean, can you blame him? Look at Trump. Hell, Trump's a moderate Democrat that leads the Republican Party now.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to form the What's Happening Now party.
With Trump coming back to the Facebook and the Twitter and supposedly, I just want to hear his take on everybody else with classified documents everywhere, and he's the only one that was authorized to declassify and have them. Have a rally, Trump. I want to hear you talk about classified documents everywhere.
Well, if you really think about it, I mean, because Biden took those documents when he was VP. I mean, he pretty much stole them.
Even a senator.
Yeah, as a senator, I mean, he stole the classified documents.
But I love the fact that Mike Pence had them. That's awesome. Fucking traitor had them. That's awesome.
They still, after they leave office, they still get classified documents and stuff.
They do get briefed. The president does even after
they still
office.
Get that kind of stuff. But the point is what's the damn rule? Are they supposed to have it or not? If they're not supposed to have it and they're committing a crime, they need to be penalized for it.
The classified documents are only supposed to be viewed in a controlled environment called a SCIF, except the president. The president has the ability, and Trump has said over and over, I declassified them. Whether now they're saying, they weren't declassified marks on it. That doesn't matter. If he says from the minute he says they're declassified,
he can just declassify.
They're done. But the media doesn't want to tell you that. They want to.
And they were in Mar-a-Lago. They had that. They've been negotiating them. They were in a locked room, the way the FBI said to put a lock on the room in Mar-a-Lago in the basement, where you do have Secret Service and stuff. Some of these Biden documents, they were in like the other beach house of Biden's that Hunter Biden was living in, doing dope, fraternizing with whores, which, I mean, how easy would it be to put in like a Russian spy type hooker or a Chinese one and you get in there? I mean,
it's not that Trump gets a pass this time. I don't always agree with Trump, but this time he has the legal standing. They want to convince you otherwise. As the president of the United States, when he had those documents, he is the only one that has the authority to, when he says they're declassified, they're done. Just face it. It's the truth. He probably likes sniffing the glue.
It's just, it's not supposed to be like this. It really isn't.
They've all done it. Who would they stop short of going checking after? When are we raiding Obama's house? Because
I guess, but Obama did come out and say that he handed all his documents over to the National Archive when he's done president, but he didn't because Biden had some of them.
There you go. He said he did it, so let's believe him. He's not that he's a lying sack of shit. Let's just believe him.
Yeah. But even if that was, let's say maybe he in his head he's not lying, but it shows that he didn't have control over his own classified documents because Biden was sitting on them in his house, in his garage.
But the one thing I got for you, if Obama's got him at his house, It's the same as Trump. No matter how much I
Yeah,
dislike
that's
him,
true.
he has the same authority when he was the president to declassify whatever he wanted and take with him.
Right.
So it's he gets the same pass that Trump did
Yeah.
because
Anxious.
they were presidents.
And you've got Biden's got all this stuff spread all over the place. 2 different houses, an office in Washington, D.C., and the
Paid for by the
University of
Chinese.
Pennsylvania, who took a whole bunch of Chinese money.
Paid for that whole thing, and that office is paid for by a think tank. It was Chinese funded think tank.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much do you think of that stuff they were seeing? I don't know.
I'd like to know how many Billaries got hanging around.
Oh, Lord.
Well, she takes a hammer to her stuff. Bleach bit and hammers.
She probably had a bonfire and got rid of hers.
Yeah, 24K got all this political talk started.
Yeah, it's all his fault.
So lag. So here's the problem. Here's the problem, lag, that you don't understand. The legislative branch cannot put those kind of laws on the power of the president. It doesn't matter, you know. If you read anything about the legal standing in these cases, they have no authority to restrict the powers of the president. They can't require him to put you got to put the mark of the beast on it. They can't do any of that shit. That's why I tell you that Obama had, even if you went back and found some of Jimmy Carter's, he was a former president. If he declassified him when he was president, he could be using them as wallpaper in one of his Habitat for Humanity homes, and you can't do nothing about it.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids in here that don't, a lot of Utes in here that doesn't know who Jimmy Carter was because it's like way before them.
He was the original worst president until Biden showed up. A great person, a wonderful human being, awful president.
There's Mark's channel, Stacker.
He tried to bring his humanity into being president, and that just didn't work out.
I think he was a good person. I think he was over his head in the office of president.
Yeah.
I think that he has, but I will say Jimmy Carter has a lot. I'm going to tell you this. If I had to choose right now between having Biden as president or 98-year-old Jimmy Carter, I'd take Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
Only problem with Jimmy Carter is there was never a dictator he didn't fall in love with.
Yeah.
At least he didn't put masks on us and segregate us into our homes.
That was so Diamond and Silk. That's just been a sad situation. I don't know how many of y'all caught any of the. It wasn't a funeral because she was cremated, but the celebration of her life.
Right.
When her sister stands up there and says, "He doesn't want me to tell you, but I'll tell you. I got in touch. I wanted the president to hear from me, so I called his people, and he called me back, and I told him what happened." And first thing out of his mouth is, after he gets his condolences, is, I want a celebration of her life to be anything you want it to be. Send me the bill.
Yeah.
Trump paid for it all. I mean, he loved those ladies. He still loves Silk.
I didn't watch the service, but he went and spoke at the celebration of life, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Yep. I mean, politics is just a small part of people's lives. I don't wish anybody harm or anything just because they have a difference of opinion for me. But there's going to be a lot of people. She took the vaccine, and that's probably what got her. Just wait. We're at the very beginning of this, folks. Y'all don't understand. We're at the very beginning of the 2 to 5 year period. My brother, his wife works in the coroner's office in Montgomery, Alabama.
Shh.
Yeah, she works in the coroner's office in Montgomery, Alabama. The main doc who does all the autopsies is currently laid in ICU in Meridian, Mississippi. He's shot it up to the hilts. He's taken every one they've thrown out. He's got massive blood clots in his legs. He can't feel either one of them.
I know Jim said the more the more of the boosters you get, the more you up your odds of having some kind of heart problems.
Yep. This guy had no health problems, no nothing. I mean, he is 75 years old, but never anything, and all of a sudden develops. His wife found him. He got up to use the bathroom in the middle of the night. His wife found him laying on the floor, couldn't feel his legs. He was getting no blood circulation to his legs.
Oh.
The clots were so bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't shooing when I went shh. I wasn't shooing you, Scott. I was shooing my wife. She said, because she said that's the reason you had a heart attack.
Oh. Well, that is kind of a little scary to think of it that way. I mean,
Well,
No, it's because I was listening to Scott's bullshit on his show right in the middle of it. When I got up and had to, I told
Scott's
Roberta, I
fault.
think we need to go to the hospital.
Scott, the heart attack causer.
Hey Tom, I had AI make a picture of you, what you're going to look like as your full Russian Bobkiness. Are you ready?
Okay.
You said Todd, but I think you meant Tom.
I meant Tom. Sorry. Here you go, Tom.
well, we can do one for you too, Todd, the two babushka show.
Oh, sure.
That's what you're going to look like.
Okay. God, he looks like a knight from the.
Night.
If you put a pair of sunglasses on him, he'd look like the Unabomber.
Yo, harsh.
And this we just threw the free gifts away. Did you not see the underwear that I fixed up? So last night I told after the sniffing video, I told him that we had some more returns. If everybody saw it, I kind of cut into it and pulled them out. And I cut the crotch out of it and marked it up brown with a marker and took them out and went, "Oh my God, look what they returned!" That was going to be the giveaway.
Oh boy.
When do I get my package of underwear, Scott?
So what?
When do I get my package with the underwear?
You can have them whenever. I just throw. They come back. I just throw them away.
I was
Scott,
going
are
to
you
frame
selling
them and put
underwear
them up on the wall.
You're gonna frame underwear and put it up on the wall. Now, don't you think Gwen's gonna be like, "What's going on, Tom? Why you got framed underwear on your wall?"
She doesn't even hardly come into the bat cave anymore.
Oh, okay.
Unless her sister's there, then they both come in.
Yeah, I feel like, hey, you might have some explaining to do. Notches on a bedpost, framed underwear.
Yeah, use those underwear as packing materials.
Yeah, that's Anissa. That's brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant. It's recycling.
That's upcycling there. That's not just recycling. That's upcycling.
Hey,
There you go.
yeah, take an eBay return and put those in there and send it back to them.
But Scott, are you selling draws on Amazon?
They're Maidenform Flexies. They're basically the ones that suck your gut in. They're that real nylon stretchy material.
Right.
They were from a huge 30,000 piece wholesale lot that I bought several years ago. I'm getting to the end of it.
Oh wow. There was a guy at therapy this morning.
Yep.
He's skinny guy. He weighs 165 pounds because you have to you step on a scale and then they ask you what your scale was, and I heard him say it was 165 pounds. And one of the other guys who's is bigger than I am said, 165 pounds? Why the hell are you here? And he said, because I had a quadruple bypass surgery. And he said, my eating habits have never been good. And it just caught up with me. But he like I said, he's 165 pounds. My doctor says he'd like to see me at 170. I said, I'd like to see me at 172.
170, man, that was 40 years ago for me.
I was like 20 years old when I was weighed
30 years
170.
ago.
When I
Because I
passed it the
was
first
about
time.
hitting 200. So, Tara, you going to go try out for the Olympics
No.
with your horse showing?
No,
they have a
I don't think
category?
so. Yeah, no, I don't think so.
With the Princess Anne that was.
Yeah, well, she did hunter jumpers. I'm showing saddlebred, so a little
Oh, okay.
different. They don't have them at the Olympics, and well, To own a horse, or well, I'm not a trainer. I'd rather stay an amateur. To own a horse or have an owner that owns a horse that can go to the Olympics. I mean, you'd be well into the six figures.
A quarter horse jacket I had sold for like 140.
Oh, that's cool. That was probably a trophy jacket. Wasn't it from was it from the World or from Congress or something?
Let me look.
Trying to decide, do I need to go to an estate sale this morning? It's 25% off.
Is it the one you went to yesterday?
No, they're half off today.
Did they have much there?
No, the one does. The one that I haven't been to does have a lot of interesting stuff. Let's see how far it is from here. That's the key. How far is it? Gray Run, Huntsville, Alabama. If it's more than 21 miles, I'm out.
You just don't feel like traveling today?
No, the van is broken down in the driveway for one thing.
That's right. You said quit on you.
Well, I think the alternator after 215,000 miles is finally giving up the ghost.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's an easy fix. Jim's done them right in the CarQuest parking lot or AutoZone parking lot.
You probably
from
have
the World.
You probably have to unmount all four motor mounts off the engine and push it up.
This Toyota it's a $500 job. It's the way it's in there underneath the buried underneath the passenger side wheel, going through the wheel well. I'm not gonna mess with it. I'll just have somebody do it.
Jim's gonna rebuild my Lincoln Aviator this weekend.
You know, if it was the F-150 with the alternator sitting on top, you know, I'd run to AutoZone and get one and throw it on there in about 30 minutes. By the time you took the 3 bolts off and connected the wires back, it wouldn't take very long. But because the front wheel drive transverse mounted van, it's a different beast than a rear wheel drive vehicle.
Yeah.
Up in there sideways or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've tried changing on some of the ones we've had in the past, and it's a son of a gun. Broke a timing belt, not a timing belt, a serpentine belt on a Chevy Malibu we had, and you had to disconnect one to put a new one on it. You had to disconnect one of the motor mounts and then jack the engine up just a little bit so you could slide the timing belt or the serpentine belt up under the motor mount to put it back on.
Yeah, I'm gonna let them go ahead and put a new belt on it too, because you know that belt it's a 2016 with that many miles on it. You know, while they've got the damn thing off, you might as well put a new one back on.
Well, if you're planning on getting back on the road again, you need to just go ahead and get you a new one of them big transports or whatever they're called, big Ford vans.
I'm way too cheap for that.
Bridget and Chris got one, and they really like theirs.
No, what did they get? Like a Transit?
Yeah, Transit. The big one. They didn't get the raised roof one, but they've got a big one like that. Bridget says it's real comfortable to ride in.
Like a couple days ago.
Okay. Black Cat's okay.
What happened?
James, it's not the cost of the belt. It's just the way some of these front wheel drive engines are. You just can't get to the stuff to fix it.
Watch a YouTube video. You can do it, Tom. It's good for you.
I don't have the thousands of dollars worth of tools, and I don't have a power lift to pick.
I hit a deer with the Lincoln. We went to Indianapolis yesterday to go buy the parts, and Jim's gonna put a new front end on the car himself because we're cheap. But
okay,
anyway.
Please God, tell me it's not a gold. It's not a gold vehicle, and you're going to put like white front end on it.
No, we got the same color, so that's why we drove all the way up to Indy to get it. Yeah, I wrecked my bumper, my grill, the chrome like plastic grill on the Lincoln. Okay, so then
That's
the other.
slight hood damage.
Oh yeah, slight hood damage until for whatever reason it was real windy in town, so I'm driving in town and all of a sudden the hood goes straight up in the air and hits the windshield, so I wrecked the hood. Thank God I didn't break my windshield. So we had to buy a hood with the grill
Or buying
and the
hood
bumper.
anyway,
Yeah.
there's just a little.
Oh my God!
But-
And they're talking about how they're paying people to put serpentine belts on right now.
What?
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. Tom's saying he pays people to put on serpentine. He buys pre-mixed gas in cans and pays people to put
So you get the serpentine belt out of your glove box.
Okay,
And call Rucker or somebody come put the serpentine belt on. Or...
let's put that to bed right now. I do not buy pre-mixed gas.
You used to.
Because
You used to.
I don't have anything that requires.
You used to until you
gas.
hired the help to mow your grass for you.
And since then, I have found a place where a gas station that has it, so I can go instead of buying a
Love
damn 64-ounce can, I can go buy a 2-gallon can full for the price of that 64-ounce can of gas.
All right. Well, I'm not gonna touch premix gas because if you're buying gas in a little can at Lowe's, you're beyond help. But
Well,
get yourself a $19 breaker bar at Harbor Freight. They're $19.99. Get yourself that cheap breaker bar, the one that'll fit the cog in your front end, your idler pulley. Get that and have a serpentine belt in your glove box. When your serpentine belt breaks, you don't have a $150 service call when the guy's got to come out with his tow truck to put a serpentine belt on.
This all started, Jim. This all started because I've got to have the alternator replaced, so I'm gonna have Toyota put a $32 belt on it.
Oh yeah, he's not doing the alternator himself. Scott isn't.
You do it right in the you pull into AutoZone. You say the red light's on my dash. I need an alternator. I'll take whichever one you got. Okay, you only got the gold one, which is always the case. The one that's $100 more than the regular one. You buy that, and they give you a toolbox that's got half the sockets are missing, and you go out when it's 20 below and change your alternator. I've done it. I didn't like it. My fingers froze, but I did it.
If it was the truck, I would do it. If it was the truck, I would do it.
Van,
But
it's like
not
tough.
in the van.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Van. It was my box truck, which is a van cab. Yeah, it was a holy.
Yeah, but
shit
it's
moment.
a freaking rear wheel drive with an alternator where you can see it. You can't even see the damn alternator on that van.
Well, I can't see. Yeah, on mine, I can't see the alternator.
You've got to
I'll
take
give
the
you
tire
that.
wheel off. You got to take the tire wheel off just to get to the damn thing.
Just like
Oh yeah, I didn't have to do that.
the Chrysler that we had, the 300. You had.
Oh my God, you used to drive a Chrysler 300?
Jesus Christ! Wait, who had the 300? Oh my God!
It was the 300. Yeah. Man, that sucker would fly.
Did you have the bumper sticker that said Thunder Road on it?
No, I did not.
There's
But
Here, just quickly, there's the guy from I forget what his name is, the Swanson guy from Parks and Recreation, that Parks and Rec show. He does a comedy routine, and he's talking about some guy who passes him and then cuts him off. And he realizes he's driving a Chrysler 300, which is a good excuse for a car. But then he sees the guy's his vanity plate. It says Thunder Road. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't."
no.
Okay, go on now. Let's talk about your dynamite car.
It was a really good car. But you had to put the car up on a lift and take all the fairings out from around the passenger side wheel to get to the battery. So you spend $150 for a battery, and then you got to daggum another $200 to get them to take to jack the car up to change the battery out.
Yeah, I'm not letting some orangutan start taking parts off my car and dig around in it. That don't happen.
Well,
It's my car. I'll
If
fix
any
it.
orangutan is going to take parts off, it's going to be Jim.
Damned right. At least I know the orangutan, and I remember what the orangutan did wrong. I would have to pull over on the side of the road and backwards engineer what this idiot mechanic did to my
Oh
car.
boy.
I could not find the battery, and I went into a place and I said, "Yeah, can y'all replace the battery on this thing?" And he said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, good luck finding it. I don't know where it's at." And that's when the guy said, "You have to put it up on the lift so you can get up under the car and take the fairings off, and then you can dismount the battery and drop it out. It didn't take him long to do it because he had the $10,000 lift and all the tools to take that thing off and put it
You
back
know,
on.
there was one time, I was it last summer or summer before, Jim's coming home from Wisconsin, him and Brandon with the box truck, and he has a tire that's going to blow. So he pulls in by Mayville. He has to spend the night in Mayville so he can have them order tires, which is a big deal. They're like, we don't have time to work. He goes, all you have to do is mount the tires on the rim. I will put them on. I will jack my truck up and I'll put them on and stuff. So anyway, so he gets the guys to do it. So the guy comes out there and he's watching because my son, who at the time was like 14, is torquing the lug nuts as he's doing it. And he kind of like gives him a look because he's got this little kid torquing these lug nuts.
With a torque wrench, clicking it to 180 pounds, because I said you got to do it in the pattern, you got to do it 180 pounds. So he's going around doing that. I had the mechanic just looks. I mean, I thought his jaw was going to hit the ground, see that little kid torquing those nuts.
But they have made these new vehicles so you can't work on anything yourself. I mean, the Chevrolet, what was their minivan thing called? They still make them, I believe. Anyway, you have to take the whole fairing off the front bumper fairing and all that kind of stuff to change the light bulbs.
Now, we have that Volkswagen Beetle, and Jim had to do something. You have to take the whole front clip off.
Everything that's crap comes from Europe. No offense to Europe. I mean, no, I do mean to offend Europe. Everything that's crap that comes from there, they start the Yugo, where if there was some problem with the starter, that if the starter got like a rock in it or something, it would shift the starter. But instead, you didn't have to replace the starter; you had to replace the whole engine because the starter was like in the engine block. It was a stupid. But that's where it started. Like with this Volkswagen, when they tell you in the manual, you got to take the whole entire car apart to get to this spot. At first, you laugh like, this can't be true. No, but they're serious. You got to take that whole GD car apart to fix anything on a Volkswagen. It's the way they're built. But once you accept it, though, anytime you got to work on a Volkswagen Beetle, the new ones, this is those crappy ones they started with in the 90s. Anytime you got to work on one of them things, just be prepared to take the entire car apart. And everything after that, everything's easy.
Back to the serpentine belt deal. We had
the diagram's right by the radiator. They got a diagram showing you how to do it.
Hush, Jim. Hush.
Did you miss the diagram?
Respect your elders and hush for a minute.
Jim.
It was a 97 Chevrolet Malibu. It was the first year that they came back out with the Malibu.
Who the hell had one of those?
It was front wheel drive, and the serpentine belt went below the motor mount. The motor mount was inside the serpentine belt.
So you had to
unmount. You had to unmount.
When you have an idler pulley that you can move over with a crowbar.
No. You're not listening. You're not listening. You had to take the motor mount off from the frame of the car and slide the belt past it and then put the motor mount back on.
Was it the motor mount or was it the
It was a damn motor mount. My brother-in-law came from dadgum.
Dadgum.
Because I know you had to take off one of the frame mounts on top to get the battery in.
Yeah, my brother-in-law and my father-in-law came. He's a mechanic. He drove down here. They drove down here. Had that thing fixed in no time because he had the stuff and he knew what the hell he was doing. I'm not.
I think I've
done
here.
a lot. I've changed a lot of starters. I've changed oil. I put shocks and springs on damn vehicles. I'm not getting into disconnecting the engine from the motor, the motor mounts, because that's way out of my pay scale. But that's the reason I've put a lot of belts on cars. But I had never had one until that one, that you had to disconnect the motor mount to slide the dadgum serpent.
Well, first mistake you made was you bought a Chevy Malibu.
Well, it was I bought a GM product. That's what it was.
Is this the guy who had the Saturn too?
Yeah,
it was.
I think he still had the Saturn.
Okay, Chrysler 300, Malibu, and Saturn.
Hey, let me tell you what. That Chrysler would fly. I mean, It had some kind of high output Chrysler engine in it. It was a kicking car. But let me
When
tell
you
you,
walk into the showroom, do the salesmen like climb over each other to try to get at you first?
no, we actually bought that thing used,
Oh, okay.
and it was cheap. And let me tell you, but back to the Malibu. We're going to buy Roberta a new car. So we go in there. Now, she has been researching this thing. She knows everything about this car. You know, Car and Driver and Road and Track both are saying it's the best Toyota that Chevrolet has ever made. Blah 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 blah.
Toyota that Chevy's ever made.
Yeah, the best Toyota Chevy's ever made.
Uh-huh.
And because there was a lot of parts on it that
Sarcasm.
use
Oh.
rebranded Toyota parts. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, so we go in there and we say, you know, we want to look at this Malibu. We want a Malibu. And the salesman starts talking about, oh, it's a great car, blah, 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 blah. And Roberta just cut him off and said, I know more about that car than you do. I want to drive one. If I like the way it rides, then I'll decide on the color, and then we'll do a deal.
Uh-huh.
But he was, he's went into that car salesman mode about, and she's already done all this research about it. The worst thing anybody said was there's a piece of the grill on it was a piece of plastic and it flexed. That's the worst thing anybody ever said about that car.
And I did not say it that hateful.
Yeah, she did not say it that hateful, but she got the point across.
Okay. You were making her sound pretty tough there, Tom.
Well, you know what? She can be tough when she needs to be. When you start talking down to her, she will shut your door real fast like.
Do you ever tell the person at the hardware store you can help me by going away? I'm trying to think right now, and I can't concentrate with you talking to me, so just get away from me. But don't say it hateful. Say it nice.
Tara,
What?
she's over there going, Tara needs to get her man under control.
No, I'm not.
Shit.
I am not.
But,
Oh man, I hate it when they got the new person at the hardware store. They've been working there like a week, and they're trying to explain to you about plumbing stuff they don't understand. It's within 10 seconds you tell this person knows absolutely nothing about plumbing. It's like, just go away. You're confusing me. I'll figure it out.
Oh boy.
But these cars have gotten to the point that,
Well, they don't really want you to work on your own car, and they really don't want a car to last. As long as cars used to last in the old days, to come back in 3-5 years and buy a new car.
For those Ford scanners, so you can scan your Ford to see what's wrong with it, that's because of a lawsuit. You couldn't, because you got to rent the software from Ford by every 30 days, or you can buy it annually or whatever. It's expensive, but at least you can buy it, because they took Ford to court, and the court said, no, you have to give customers access to this stuff. Because why would you not want your customers to have access to the scan tool, how to scan what's wrong with the car? Because they want to make you take it into the dealership.
Yeah.
You only buy the car once, but you're going to have to fix it over and over.
Well, that's just it. Some of the new cars, and you have like remote start
Ooh, stock
and all
market's
that kind
like
of stuff. They're wanting you to have to start paying a subscription on that if you want to continue using the remote start.
Oh, really?
Because it has to go through the internet and all this kind of mess.
Yeah, I don't have remote start.
And that's BS. I don't want to start my car from my mother's house in Rock Hill and the Mazda sitting up here in the driveway in Charlotte. I want to be able to look at it to do the remote start. But it's
I don't like those self-driving cars either.
Yeah, I like to be in control.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, what could go wrong?
I don't like
They've
you-
already hit people.
I don't like you driving the car, so why the hell would I let the car drive itself?
Tari, are you related to any Halls from North Carolina?
I like to drive.
I was driving yesterday the red truck, which sits pretty high off the ground. She thinks we're gonna go over the edge of the
Because
road.
we were.
She screams. I
No,
almost
I
did
didn't.
go
I
over the
said, why
side
don't you?
of the road.
No, I didn't scream. I said, hey, why don't you stay on the
You were
road?
shrill.
No.
It was very.
Yeah, you were
shrill.
going in the ditch.
Anyway, yeah. Riding with if Tara's not driving, oh my god, it's a nightmare.
I wanted to drive yesterday, but I let you drive your truck.
As I've said many times, I don't like to drive, and Roberta likes to drive. But then a friend of mine made a comment about, well, when you see these guys sitting in the passenger seat and their wives driving, you wonder, do they have a DUI?
I like to be in control. Then I'm the boss, and if I want to stop somewhere because I'm the driver, I can just go stop there. I don't have to say, "Hey, can we go stop at this place?" But because I'm the boss, I can just do whatever I want.
I have no comment.
Roberta
My
goes,
first
honey.
both was speechless.
Roberta goes, honey, they're stopping. Honey, they're way up the road, and I see all the red lights.
Hmm.
So I guess if the four of us was to go any place, you and Roberta would be doing the driving, and Jim and I would be sitting in the back seat.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
So
we put a
this-
sign on that says nursing home and drive you to around.
Yeah, I do not like to ride in the backseat of my own automobile.
This chat is off the rails, guys. The side chat is talking about totally different stuff
I know,
that
gold
we're
and
talking
silver.
about.
Yeah, they're talking about gold and silver. We're not rich enough to have gold and silver.
Oh, come
Was this a
on.
gold and silver show?
It is.
We bought silver car parts.
we're all inclusive, but it's just like two separate things going on here. We got the
I sold those gold teeth a couple
we got
weeks
the
ago.
panel chat, and we got the. Oh yeah, what'd you get for them?
What did I get? 170, and I think I paid 75 for them, so I got out of them. I was worried I might have paid
You
too
made a
much, but
profit.
gold might have would have went up a little bit
I don't think it was
too.
gold. I think I bought him to wear him.
I don't. Whatever.
Did you see his name? He definitely bought him to wear him.
Anyway, how do you fit somebody else's teeth on your teeth?
You need to fix it then. Fix it then,
Jim,
forget
your
it.
teeth are different shape than my
Have you seen
teeth.
these dudes' teeth when they take their grill off? They're little black stubs.
I'm not gonna. Anyway, but I think because when I bought it, like I sat on it for maybe a month or two before I finally got around to listing it. So I think actually gold might have went up a little bit.
And it was gold and white gold. It was two kinds of gold.
Yeah,
on
it was 10K.
10K in your mouth.
It kind of freaked me out a little bit too.
Jim's
Mr. Stady's home and hoarding chrome.
Chrome.
But listen there, sometimes if you buy it for scrap, the value of the item maybe exceed the scrap value of what you're buying.
Yeah, true.
So don't do a buy it now based on scrap value. Do an auction.
Leg says he's 6'5". He needs a real truck. So buy a Ford F-150.
What the hell you do with a F-150? Go to church and buy some eggs?
An F-150 is like a dog that weighs less than 30 pounds.
It's like a poodle.
It's really a cat.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you right now, I'd like to have the bed of a 150 full of boxes of eggs at the price they are right now.
Yeah, but the problem is eggs are a commodity, so you gotta sell them because they spoil.
Yeah, if your truck's got a bed, it's probably too small. You need a flatbed.
Hoarding chrome.
If it's got a flatbed, you got the right size truck.
Mr. Sadie, what are you doing with all the chrome bumpers?
What is scrap high on chrome bumpers?
I don't know. I'm waiting for a response.
I miss the days of chrome on cars.
Yeah, now we got plastic chrome.
Yeah, it's just plain red. You buy a red car and it's red. You buy a black car, it's black. You buy a tan car, it's tan. I liked all the chrome mirrors, chrome bumpers, chrome side strap things.
Well, most of the time you can get a chrome package. It costs you $5,000 more, but
Yeah.
it's not real chrome.
That
seen those
our
18
05
wheelers
Avian-
going down the road with big old chrome packages on their mufflers, and their gas tanks are all chromed out.
Mr. Sadie says he just likes chrome.
That 05
Bye,
Avian,
anxious.
Avian,
Thanks for coming.
it's got plastic fenders. It's got little metal tangs or whatever that are glued to the fenders. How it bolts to the frame of the car.
What was it? The little Pontiac Fiero, I think it was. And no, I'd never owned one, but I knew somebody. I dated a girl at the time that had one. If you had a dent in it, you could just like put your hand up against the dent in front of the, on the fender, and then bump the other end of the dent, and it would pop right out. Because the whole thing was like plastic or heavy
Sounds
duty.
like a life lesson.
I thought maybe
there.
you're just gonna lay two hands on it, pray a little bit, and the dent just pops out.
Oh.
Well, you had to put a little pressure on it, but it worked.
I was worried you're getting like hanky panky on the hood or something, and putting the dent on it.
Oh,
And then you knew how to pop them
was
out.
this
No,
the
that
top
sucker
of
would,
your
that
mark on
sucker
the
would
hood?
bend too much.
Oh, no, there's
Bob.
butt marks on the hood again.
We're gonna have to make you come home sooner.
But farts on
You gotta have that girl home by 8.
24K made a video. It's in the chat.
Oh.
Y'all check it out.
You
About
did.
gold coins.
He's gonna take it down in a couple hours. You got a couple hours to watch it.
Oh boy.
Y'all need to put y'all's videos back up.
Me? No,
Yeah.
we retired from that.
Well, you need to put them back up anyway. Because those are so good. They're so good. And they're so funny.
No, we kind of retired from that. Now we're moving on to other stuff. We don't know what yet, but
Well, it was funny watching y'all stand out there in the daggum cold and the snow.
I know. But
showing
now
you-
we live where it's warm, so
Well, see, it'd be even better.
I can tell you when we went to Indianapolis yesterday. There's snow on the ground up there. I was like, "Ooh, this kind of sucks. Let's get back south."
You've been in the South too long.
Yeah, and that's only was about 3 hours north of me.
What'd you do, Sadie? Did you take out all your 401k and put it into something else?
He invested in chrome bumpers.
I guess.
Oh, I finally got
Sadie and I lost a ton of money in the
got it, finally got
stock market game. His was in a
Yeah, just
401k
ship it. I
and
called
mine
it. It
was
was all in
in
bad
just
shape.
an
Just
account.
ship it. I know. I saw that this morning.
What's gold and silver doing today, Todd? You might have already talked about it, or
Oh, they're kind of going sideways. Not much. They're down just a little bit, but gold is still well above 1,900 an ounce.
Mm.
I think it'll go to 2,000 within a month, but we'll see. Silver, what's silver doing? About the same thing gold is
Do
doing.
scam calls like Nikki? No, that's a Nikki thing. I'm not tough enough to do that.
24K says Mr. Sadie is investing in the first drag queen Hooter bar. Oh Lord. Well, it's 10:12. I got to get out of here. I got to try to get motivated and get some stuff done.
Well,
I got a whole bunch of stuff I got to take pictures of. I
Mm.
stacked up here.
all right. Hey, Mama J. How you
I'm not-
doing?
I'm not trying to shut your show down.
But
Todd.
he is.
You continue on. I'm just.
Yes.
I
No,
gotta-
if you go, we all go.
Where Tom goes, we go.
Yeah.
If
I
Tom
wish.
wears a if Tom wears a
Jim's easier to
babushka
deal with
blanket, we're all
than
going to
scam
get
call
one.
people.
Scott had 61 view. At one point, he had 61
It's
people
in the
watching
living
his show
room.
last
The
night.
black one is over
I'm
at
thinking,
the park.
dang, I'd like to have 61 people watching my show.
Where did Scott go anyway? I missed him
He just
leaving.
faded, faded off into the sunset.
He
just
got a
left.
phone call.
Oh,
He'd had
He-
enough.
I think he went looking for a babushka blanket.
Well, I'm glad I've made y'all's day
Hey, Christopher.
happy.
Christopher's
Well,
been-
that's how I expect to see you on
lurking
every
in there.
show. Is that blanket on?
No, I was just.
Yeah,
I'm still cold, but I took it off because y'all were making fun of
Well,
me.
put a sweater on then, or a sweatshirt or something.
well, get you one of those old man cardigans. That button
Yeah,
up in
get one of
front.
those old man cardigan sweaters.
Yeah,
Y'all are harsh.
and
You know,
Do
I
it
just grabbed
like-
it because it was handy.
Do it like Ward Cleaver style, with when he came home, he put on the slip-on slippers and his button-up
I think
sweater.
it was Mr. Rogers.
get you a Roseanne Barr. What was that?
Oh, that
crochet.
Afghan?
Yeah, that
Granny square Afghan.
Granny square Afghan and put it on.
I've got one sitting on the back of my sofa over there,
Of course you do.
but it's too heavy. That sucker is. It's the weight, not not the fact that it's like so tightly woven.
It
But
ain't heavy.
it must weigh 100 pounds.
He's my
That's for
brother.
comfort. That makes it feel like you're being held in place.
Yeah,
That
like
is
one of
weighted
those
blanket.
weighted blankets.
It's like when they swaddle those babies.
You know, when you feel like you're being smothered, it's actually comforting you. You're not
Okay.
like passing out or
If
anything.
you
Like one of
cry
those
for-
thunder blankets for dogs. Tom will have that thing on him and he'll be calm.
I'm not-
Okay, I'm not doing anybody else's shows now because y'all making fun of me.
Oh, come on.
All
You
right.
know that's a
old and
sign of love
sensitive.
when we tease you.
I'm old and sensitive.
Okay.
And cranky.
Well, we know you're old.
You'll forget we were picking on him.
Yeah.
Right?
All right, I gotta go. Y'all have a great weekend.
Picking up auctions.
Stay safe.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, Tom.
Make
All right,
lots
wrap
of
it up,
money.
Todd.
All right, folks, we'll be back on my channel on Monday morning. Same bat time. Same
Oh,
bat
good,
channel.
Mamba Jay. Pick up those auctions.
Bye.
I've been getting more than 80% of my reselling stuff off auctions now.
Auctions are the way to go.
Yeah, you can get so much stuff and not even have to get your fat butt off your chair to do it. Just go
So you get that butt skinny.
Yeah. All right, wrap her up.
Oh, Sadie,
Get the wrap it up button.
net worth 0. What did you take it all out? Where'd you put it?
Under his bed.
I guess.
I have his address. I'll give it to you later so you can go pick it up.
Okay.
Take a road trip.
What you just cashed out? Dude. That's a big commitment. Just shut down your 401k and move your money somewhere else.
Just don't even go there.
Ugh. All right, folks. We'll see you Monday and have a good weekend.
Bye.
Bye.